You are about to enter a great adventure.
This is Strutting from Gorilla.
All right, guys. It is midsummer and SFG is back, baby. We really couldn't let the summer go by without us coming back and talking to you guys about everything that's going on in the world of pro wrestling right now. There was just such a huge weekend in Atlanta. There was a lot going on. We had AEW All in Texas. That was one of the longest shows apparently ever recorded. Then we had Saturday night's main event. We got to see Goldberg finally retire to Bret Hart's happiness. We also got to witness the second all women's Evolution pay-per-view and NAOMI showing everybody why they should proceed with caution when underestimating this person's run. I mean, she's been phenomenal. And then we're going to look ahead. Where's this going? We're going towards SummerSlam. Raw was last night, and they've already got some matches made. And we'll also take a little peek at this weekend when yours truly gets to go back to his homeland of Long Island to watch his very first TNA show. I'll be going to TNA Slammiversary, and maybe we'll chat a little bit about that. Well, as you can see, you have the scroller below. You can see where all of our social media is. Follow us on all those gimmicks. And without further ado, Vito, let's get into it, man. What's going on?
Mikey Cash, what do you want to talk about?
Can we talk about Cody Rhodes getting the title belt to Cal Raleigh last night at the Home Run Derby?
Is that what happened? I honestly didn't see that. I watched bits and pieces. Oh, that's funny.
It was great. But
interesting.
Anyway.
Well, Mikey Cash, welcome back. It's been a while. I feel like we're getting few and far between on these podcasts, but I'll tell you what, it does not slow down the world of wrestling. Wrestling
it really
has
doesn't.
been as busy as it's ever been, man. Like it is, if you are a wrestling fan, you are in like your heaven right now, right? Like there is so much wrestling to watch, so many places to watch it, and it is all really great stuff, and the stuff we're going to debate about, it's small potatoes. It's small potatoes, but we are at a peak right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. So let's get right into it. Let's start with Saturday night's main event. I mean,
okay,
four matches.
That's right.
4 matches. And the best match on the card, in my opinion, was Goldberg's.
I really thought you were going to say Orton and Jelly Roll.
No.
But you thought it was Goldberg. All right, tell me.
I thought it was Goldberg
to me. Help me understand it.
I think my expectations were so low going into it that they even slightly exceeded it, and it was a 15-minute match with Goldberg, and I give Gunther a lot of credit. I think he did a great job. I mean, let's put it this way. Goldberg executed a jackhammer, and no one was injured. So that in itself is a success. I felt a little bad that his little speech at the end got cut off. Michael Cole's face was hilarious if you were watching it. But I mean, he took some pretty good bumps. I mean, the dude's 60 years old. And the funny thing is, listen, I understand our thoughts on Goldberg, right? Like, he's not your wrestler's wrestler. He's a different breed. And it's fine. Like, you don't have to love Goldberg. It's fine. But you do have to respect the fact that at one point in time, he was beloved. And I think he deserves his due and his goodbyes. And I think this was a good way to do it. I mean, his run in WWE was never great. Arguably, his second run when he was older was better than his first run, right? Like,
agreed. It was way better.
Yeah. I mean, he did have some stupid matches, like the decision for him to squash The Fiend was a stupid decision. But at the end of the day, you got a chance to see Goldberg end in a better light. There's a lot of times where we look back and we always say, I wish they did this. I wish they did this. And I just thought they handled it about as well as they could. It wasn't like at a pay-per-view. I don't think it would have done well at a pay-per-view. It was in Goldberg's hometown, and he faced a guy that I think is top-notch. In my opinion, everybody respects him. He's one of the best wrestlers on the card. And I thought he got the most out of Bill Goldberg that you're going to get when he's 4 years removed from his last match at almost 60 years old.
I don't think anybody could have said anything better than what you just said. I appreciate. I agree with it all, and I agree that the bar was set low, and you could hear it on commentary. They even set it up. I think in their own mind, they thought if this doesn't go well, then we've already put a storyline kind of in place to adjust people's expectations of all the injuries that he has. When they talked about the shoulder injury, the knee injury, they're saying, okay, he may not be able to pull off this move. And already kind of put the idea in people's minds that this may not be the same guy that we've come to expect over the years. So I think in that regard, yeah, you set the bar realistically for Goldberg at this stage of his life and in his career. And then you put him in the ring with somebody like Gunther, who is a fantastic worker and really bumped around for the guy. He made him look fantastic, and to your point too, Goldberg took a beating. Gunther didn't hold back. Those chops were the real deal. You saw his chest after the match. It was like black and blue. All the blood vessels popped and everything. He got the crap kicked out of him. And I appreciate what he did to put himself on the line like that in front of his home crowd. I think this was the right show to do something like this on because, as to your point, I don't think this was going to sell pay-per-views necessarily, but this was like a nice thing to have, and you could tune in for free to watch it. So I think that was the best case scenario for them to do something like that for Goldberg. Now, his speech getting cut off, I already know what happened.
What's that?
In the production truck. He cut Bill Goldberg off and said, I'm going to cut him off just like he cut my career off. All right. There's no way. There's no
Bill Goldberg
not walk in. There's no way Bret Hart did not walk into that TV production truck and start yelling about Bill Goldberg and just using his full name while cutting off the feed to his speech.
So, you know what would have been a really cool send-off is if Bret Hart came out and shook his hand. Like something.
No, it wouldn't have. You have to keep that blood boiling.
Maybe he'll stop talking about it.
He's retired.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Hey, one last thing on Goldberg, though.
Yeah.
That I don't think we give him enough credit for. Dude, go back and look at pictures of him when he was in his prime versus pictures of him today. His physique is almost exactly the same. That's pretty incredible. Like, it's not far off, dude, considering how old he is.
No, I don't put any of the problems I had with him as a wrestler didn't have anything to do with his preparation and what he tried, what he did to keep himself in shape. There's no doubt about that. You look at him and you can see it. I now wonder, when is his kid coming over? I think he was training, wasn't he?
I think he's trying to be in the NFL, and basically his backup plan is WWE. But here's the thing: if I was his PR guy, don't say that. Just go along and say, hey, we'll see what happens. Because now you're making the fans feel like they're second best. And you know how these wrestling fans are. They don't like that. So I don't know.
What do we like? We're not very good at this.
We like people who give a shit. That's what we like. We like people who give a shit and work hard and aren't just gifted opportunities. That is what wins the fans over. You'll have other wrestlers that are shoved down your throat, and some will make it and fans will love them. But I'm just telling you, wrestling fans are not as stupid as people think they are. They're passionate and they care. And little things like that go a long way. I'm curious to see how Cody Rhodes' reaction is going to be. Cause I feel like he's turning into a little bit of a part-timer at this point. Right. And that's not what made Cody Rhodes great. And so we'll see what happens as things move along. But anyways, I digress.
That's right.
So Saturday night's main event, listen, I got to be honest, just in general, the Saturday night main events.
They're fine.
Yeah, I feel like in an era where we have so much wrestling, they would have done better a while ago, and I just feel like it's fine. It is what it is. But I don't know. I don't necessarily like see the allure to tune in. Honestly, literally Goldberg's last match actually made me tune in a little bit, right? Like that drew me in. But
yeah, I think for me, when you to your point about Saturday night's main event, like I get why they do it. I think there's something to be said about putting something on broadcast television now to draw people in.
Yeah.
Because when you really think about it, right now the majority of the TV programming is Raw's on streaming on Netflix now. So now that's you're kind of moving away from a certain like sector of people.
That's a good point.
And then you have SmackDown is on USA. So that's on like regular cable, which a lot of people do have, but there are going to be people nowadays that are, cord cutters or just, can't afford the astronomical fees that Xfinity and Verizon love to charge people. So you just have, your classic, I almost said bunny ears, which is like a really dated term, but like you just have like your broadcast channel. So I thought this was a nice thing to do, but this particular weekend, I think was kind of like the worst place for Saturday night's main event, because between Evolution and All In, you had 9 hours
NXT.
NXT. Oh, NXT's on CW, so I guess that's another one. So
yeah, but no, they have a pay-per-view on
Oh, they did.
Friday?
So even more. Okay, so between the Great American Bash and then they had and All In and Evolution, that's almost 11 hours of wrestling television. I mean, even I didn't even get to see All In.
No.
But just hearing that it was 6 hours is like really intimidating to think of how I'm going to work through it.
Yeah, I know.
But still, but just imagine if you weren't a diehard into wrestling. That's a lot of wrestling to be on TV for somebody to consume. So I just kind of feel bad that it was just the timing of it. But anyway, I kind of want to talk about something that came out of Saturday night's main event, which was like some unfortunate injury news, is Seth Rollins. Hurts his knee in the middle of his match with LA Knight. You could see that they rushed the finish. And I just feel so bad for the guy, because this was right in the middle of him really hitting his stride with the Oracle group. And you could really feel him finally kind of getting into this groove of the character. And your heart breaks for him, and you just hope he gets better soon.
Oh, I agree. And he's been on a great run. But let me ask you this question. After his first injury, if you told Seth Rollins he was going to have 10 years of television and go on the run that he went on and then get injured again, do you think he would do that? I think he would. I think he would. And I think you have to kind of look at that and be like, listen, the movesets he does, I'm not gonna say he's a high risk guy, but I mean, anytime you're doing those moves, you put yourself at risk, right? And he has been a worker for 10 years. Like think about when he had the heavyweight championship, right? Like he was working every night. Like he was busting his ass. So, it's tough, man. Like it definitely is tough, and you hate to see it. I think he was definitely in a good groove, but I don't know. One thing I wish WWE would do more is when a guy is injured, still keep them on TV. Like, remember when Bret Hart had his knee injury and they were wheeling him around and he was still talking trash to Shawn Michaels?
I do remember that.
Like, I don't know why they don't do that. I don't know if it's like a contract thing where it's like, hey, you know what? If we can't have him wrestle, we're not going to, like, maybe it extends their contract for injury. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I don't know what like the business of it is behind the scenes, but it's funny that you say that, because just last night I was talking with one of my friends, Marcello, about this, and we were talking about the same thing, that even if he can't wrestle right now, they should be like filming. You can like film some vignettes. Like, if there was one thing that we learned from the pandemic, is that you can do a lot of kind of cinematic stuff within wrestling, and it can really work well if you do it right. So I think you could do something like that with Rollins. They could be meeting at his house or something and having these kind of like, these meetings about strategy and who are we going to go after. or you can have him pop up on the Titantron every once in a while, or he could even just like come out to the stage, right? If they don't want him like actually in a ring, like he can kind of come out there and do something. There's a lot of options, and I'm not sure where they're going to go. I think that's where we have. I mean, Paul Heyman's still walking around as of Raw last night with the Money in the Bank briefcase, so there's still a visual reminder that Seth Rollins is there. So we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but I think about that a lot. Like, when someone, I mean, they did it a little bit with CM Punk when he hurt his tricep. He was the announcer, but he wasn't involved in storylines. Like, he wasn't. I don't know. And I just think back to when.
I mean, I don't know. He was involved pretty heavily come WrestleMania time. It was like a month after, and he was already pissing Brock off at the press conference. He got involved in the match with Drew McIntyre.
I mean, they could still use
room for it.
Yeah, they could still use his time. I think Bret Hart's the perfect example, man. Like, when he was injured, they still brought him out in a wheelchair, and like, I don't know. It just seems I don't know why they don't do that anymore. And I mean, they could use it as like he's injured, but still the leader of the group and telling them what to do, like you said. And it gives Braun and Bronson Reed a chance to like shine a little bit. So but that was unfortunate. I mean, I don't know, maybe that opens up a spot for LA Knight. I still think fans are craving for him to do a little bit more, man. He's still way over with the fans, and he's older. Like, I think you gotta give him his dues here. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Well, let's see. Do you want to touch on the other matches from Saturday night's main event?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. All right. Jelly Roll and Orton teaming up at SummerSlam, by the way. So that's the last thing.
I will give Will Ospreay credit. He called it. And he said, he had a quote. I don't remember the exact quote, but he's talking about how WWE's turning into all of these people who aren't wrestlers. And at some point, they'll be main eventing WrestleManias, which again, you remember, me. I'm very much against that. I think you need to give the wrestlers their time, but I think these people bring new eyes to the product, and it's great. I don't like it when they're center of attention. There are some exceptions to this rule. Logan Paul, I will tell you, his
run's been good.
His run's been good, but his little tirade there with Jelly Roll was pretty funny because he was basically
it's super ironic.
But it was on purpose, right? Like, it was on purpose, and it was great. I think he's the perfect heel. Like, I don't know what it is. That dude was born to be in WWE. Like, he really was. Like,
because
I don't
he's
care
an
what anybody
asshole,
says.
I think.
But he's also
really well for
a good
him
wrestler. He's a good wrestler, man.
He is. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
To the women's Evolution pay-per-view, the second one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to Bobby Stone, who does all of our behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't know who
screwed that up.
Who is responsible for this typo here? Okay, but at this point, we're in the middle of the show. We can't do it. So, anyway, this Evolution show overall, I loved it, man. I thought it was better than the first one.
Yeah, no,
at top
I
to
thought
bottom,
it was good. I do have a couple complaints though. Number one, I didn't. Well, I not necessarily about the show itself, but like the build up to the show was kind of subpar. Like, it wasn't it was not what it should have been. I mean, I think it could have been a lot better. I thought the actual show was good. I thought it was good, and I like that they do this. They should do it every year, or at least every couple years. I think they've come a long way from where they were 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I like that they, honor some of the other women wrestlers who are older. I like that they show up. I like that some of them are involved. I think it's a nice touch. I think Trish Stratus still looks great, but I'm also partial. So I think she is like the pioneer. If you look at women's wrestling, there's older women's wrestling that was before our time, but I think like it really took off when her and Lita totally they main evented a Raw, right? And I think that was when it started to be looked at a little bit differently. Not going to say that's when this whole evolution started, right? But I can tell you that they were the big pioneers of it, right? And I think this event was great. I thought they did a great job showcasing a lot of the wrestlers, and that main event, man. I would have put that match like one of the top matches I have seen. Like it was really, really good. I get the ending. I get it. I was disappointed in that ending a little bit. And mostly because I wanted to see that match through. But it's wrestling. And that's what they want you to do. Just when you think you got to figure it out, you don't.
Like Roddy Piper used to say, just when you think you have all the answers, you change the question.
That's it.
So that's kind of what happened here. I guess we'll kind of just work backwards, right? So just talk about how great Rhea and Io were. It
Yeah.
was like, to me, like that was just like a 5-star classic between the two people that just have such great chemistry with each other in the ring. Whenever they are put together, they always perform and they always exceed expectations. Even earlier this year at WrestleMania, that triple threat was absolutely phenomenal. And the two of them are involved in that. And they're just such great performers. It's easy to see why this was the main event. And I don't think any other match could have been the main event that night.
No.
There were good matches, don't get me wrong, but nothing could have held, I think, just the importance and drawn the attention of the crowd the way that match did. Those two were
Right.
phenomenal together. Now, to your point that, yeah, I just wish it ended like with a very clear winner. I think that was the whole point. It's like now it's going to get you like, well, damn it, we didn't get that. So now what's going to happen now that Naomi, who has been on an incredible run, and I want to just shout out her match with Jade, that no holds barred match was also really great. They did a lot in that match that was really, really physical. And Jade, to her credit, I know we've critiqued some of her in-ring work over the last couple of months, but man, she did really well the other night. And Naomi took a beating, like her nose was bleeding, like when she came back running out, like for the cash in, like, she was still like wearing the scars from that match. That table spot where Jade did her finishing move to her, like I was actually nervous for a minute that this wasn't going to go well, because I don't know if you remember this, but when Jade was in AEW, she fought, I think it was like Ruby Soho, and there was like it was a finals of some sort of, I think it was the TBS championship tournament, and she tried the same thing and they messed it up. So I was nervous that that was going to happen. I had that memory running through my head, but I was really glad to see that they pulled it off. And Jade now gets to kind of move on, and this makes a lot of sense from a story standpoint to take Naomi off of SmackDown. Then you could leave Bianca and Jade to kind of do what they got to do and kind of watch them further implode. And now you've just removed Naomi from the equation. But I thought it was great. I felt like that cash in was kind of like Rollins-esque, of like comes in, creates a triple threat, and then wins it just like immediately. Like it was fantastic. They pulled that off so well.
Yeah, they did. They did. I just also think Rhea Ripley is on another level.
Big time.
I just think she's on another level. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here and what happens. But I mean, the other matches were great too. I mean, you talked about Jade and Naomi again. I thought that was a good match. At this point, with Jade, I just kind of accept what it is, right? I don't think too much into it. Honestly, I'm more worried about the other wrestler when I'm watching her matches. Like, I know that's crazy, but I am. But she's such a physical specimen. And she's got this unique it factor that I enjoy. Like when I see her name on the card, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch this. But yeah, no, that was a good match. I like the hardcore element of it. I like that Naomi had razor blades on her
gear.
Her gear. There were definitely some unique spots in that match. But yeah, I'm curious to see where that goes. And then what other match was there? Oh, the tag team match.
Oh,
I'm a big Sol Ruka fan.
did you
So
see? Do you see that soul snatcher she hit on Charlotte? That was
yep.
just amazing. The crowd popped big for that too. That was I
That
did. I was
that
like,
is a
oh, that
move.
looks so good. It
It's
looks
such
so
a
good.
good move. It's such a good move. Honestly, the minute I saw her do that, like the first time, I was like, "Oh, this girl's gonna be good." And she's super athletic, dude.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
athletic. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that plays out. But
And do you like Bliss and Charlotte though? I can't believe that I'm liking it more than I thought I would, but
they
it's
do.
kind of making me like Charlotte again because it's like they tricked her into liking her job. That is a direct line from Constantine, so I got to give him credit for that. But it's like they tricked her into liking her job again, so that like she's showing her personality. So it was, and I was like, "You're absolutely right." He was so right. It's true because she
Yeah,
was like persona non grata for a little while, which
yeah.
I don't, we can get into that later, but I don't think that's entirely her fault here. That, but either way, that was happening. So this was good for her as a character on the show to get that kind of to have this sort of play with Alexa Bliss. I think it's going really well.
It kind of reminds me a lot of the Adam Cole MJF storyline, though. That is the only
A
thing
little bit, yeah.
that I'm like, we've seen this one recently, and it's tough to live up to that because they did a good job with that storyline. Like, it was one of the better ones in AEW at the time. Like, it was really good. But you know what? I'll take it. Like, if it's working, so I'd say take it and run with it. It was weird to see her in a tag match and not
Yeah,
involved in like something bigger, but you know what? I think maybe that's good. I think maybe that's good. And I thought, the women's battle royal was all right. It was okay. It is what it is. I
it
mean, you
was better
knew.
than the first one for sure. Just the crop of talent that's in there is just
Oh, sure.
leveled
Yeah.
up.
I'd say Lash, what's her name?
Lash Legends, she's
Last
awesome.
Legend looked great. Yeah, she looked great. I thought she really stuck out. Um, I I I'm a big Chelsea Green fan too. I never was. I know you have been when she came back kind of with that Karen gimmick, but like this presidential
Oh, it's been so good.
secret Hervis is
Yeah.
like great. It's really really great. So
Dude, it's she's so funny. Like she's just so willing to just wear the egg on her face and
yeah,
doesn't like it she doesn't matter to her. She's like, as long as this is good, then I know that I'm good. She's talked about this in interviews, and you can see it. Like her performance is just always fun.
yeah,
And it just leads to people liking her, and she's involved in more and more stuff, and her TV time gets higher and higher. And hey, it's clearly a recipe for success.
yeah. No, I agree. So I thought that was good. And what other matches are we missing? Oh,
Tiffany
Bailey.
versus Trish.
Oh yeah, Tiffany versus Trish. I mean, it was fine.
And you're the one that was like, "Yeah, dude, Trish still looks good." Were you talking about her appearance or her in-ring?
A little bit of both.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of both. Mostly her actual appearance because she's how old is she? She's like mid 50s, right?
I don't know.
I
No.
think she's like mid 50s and she looks great. Like she looks real great.
Well, she
and
put on a really good performance too
well, I was
Tiffany.
just
I mean,
about
she
to say
kept up
she
with her.
oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wonder if how long, do you think you'll see her again? Is that it? Like you never know with Trish.
They definitely alluded to it on the commentary, and I feel like that was purposeful to put out there because now I'm starting to think, what if they do like if they're doing all these these retirement tours for Goldberg and for they're doing it for Cena, at some point it's getting obvious that like, well, you're never doing it for the female wrestlers, so maybe you should do something like that for somebody of the caliber of Trish, who you just kind of
Agree.
made the case for it
I don't disagree with you.
with all of those points. So
I feel like
maybe
she
they're
kind
seeing
of
that too.
I feel like she did have her swan song though, and it was many, many years ago in Canada when she said she was retiring and it was her last match against was
Well,
that
if I
Lita?
had a dime for every time a wrestler said they were retired and didn't
No,
retire yet, I'd have 0 dimes.
right, but I think that kind of was it. I mean, do I think she could get another one? Sure, but who is she going to face at this point? She's actually done a great job of helping build the talent that's in there with her, run against Becky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's faced Tiffany, she's faced Charlotte Flair. Who else is there? I mean, I guess you could go for like
Bayley?
some of the younger Bayley, I guess. Yeah.
Lyra. I mean, Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea. I mean,
I
who
like
knows?
Stephanie.
You could do it, man. She could. She doesn't have to, like, who knows whatever she wants to do. She's also earned it too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know.
So
I don't
I
disagree.
think I know they're going to look at it however they are from a business standpoint, but they should be doing something for her.
Sure.
And maybe that was the beginning of it.
Maybe.
Is that little nugget of info from the commentary, but who knows?
Yeah,
But
maybe.
either way, it was a good match. Good match. And I guess we should talk about the triple threat: Bayley versus Becky versus Lyra for the Intercontinental title. The crowd was crazy into that match. It was a fantastic choice to open the show.
Mm-hmm. Thought it was a very good match to open the show. Energy was high. Crowd was very into the whole show.
Mm-hmm. No, I was really impressed with the audience this time.
Yeah, they were very much into it, and I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good match. I mean, I think that's what you come to expect from those three, right? I mean, yeah, it was good. I mean, I think I laughed when I saw the Becky Hogan sign.
Oh, that was great. That was so good. It was so good. And I think she even commented too on it.
Oh, she
And
might have.
yeah. If you watched Raw yesterday, she came out in something that was red and yellow. So I thought it
Oh, I
kinda
didn't
like
catch
leaning
the
into
whole
it a little
thing.
bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Yeah.
But
No.
I think something that they're trying to do here with the Intercontinental titles, I think they're with the people that they're choosing to go for it. You know how the men's Intercontinental title has always been known as like the workhorse? I feel like these three are trying to sort of put that same reputation on this title too. You can kind of see it in the matches that they're having. Even last night, I don't know how far you got into Raw, but there was a 2 out of 3 falls match with Lyra and Bayley that was just fantastic. It's just fantastic, and it's just like further proving that like whoever's kind of at that Intercontinental level or like at that echelon for it is going to have to be a workhorse to hold and maintain that title. It's pretty cool.
No, that's fair. Yeah. No, I think that's a very fair statement, and I think you're right. I mean, they need to. The problem is, and we say this all the time, though, there's just so many belts. Like it's hard to even keep track. Like it's very difficult. And then how do you find the time to defend them all the time? Like spend all that time in the Intercontinental. What about the 2 championship belts? All right. Like I don't know. It just gets tough. But anyways, I think it's good. I think it's good. Now, what about All In?
I did not get to watch All In, so I'm ashamed to say that while I'm sitting here on this wrestling podcast with you, but my schedule did not allow me to watch All In.
I didn't get a lot of it either. I saw some clips and highlights, but what I'll tell you is they had 3 people come back. They had Bryan Danielson, Edge or Cope, and they had one other person, and I can't remember who it was. There were 3 comebacks in one night. Looks like there were some brutal matches, and Hangman won the championship.
Right, I did see that.
Yep. I listen. I like, again. I'm very happy AEW is around. It's just very, I think, difficult when WWE is on this big heater here, which we never would have expected 5 years ago.
No, it's not. It's not even like I'm not even going to try to pit one against each other. It's just it's a lot of wrestling. It was a busy weekend. It was hard to get to. It was hard to get to everything. So for me, it's not that I was choosing WWE over AEW or anything like that. It's just sort of like, hey, real people are going to have real challenges sometime with all the great wrestling that there is out there. I plan to watch it. the idea of it being 6 hours is a little intimidating to me because that's a long time. And yeah, you could say, hey, it's just like 6 episodes of a 1-hour Netflix show. Sure, but not everybody has that kind of time. So I think you have to like it's going to take me a minute to work through it, but I definitely want to see it. I heard the Tony Storm and Mercedes match was really great, and I really wanted to check that out.
Yeah.
I also want to see the main event.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it was good, and I hope they keep on pushing the envelope here, but we'll see. It looks like WWE is really doing a lot of counter programming from what I've been reading, so we shall see.
It's like so petty.
Yeah, I know.
It's so petty. But anyway.
I know. All right, so we got SummerSlam coming up. We had Roman Reigns come back last night, the OTC. What are we thinking? Is SummerSlam going to be 2 nights this year?
It is 2 nights, and I will be going to both nights.
Wow.
So, it's gonna be an action-packed weekend. Next couple of weeks actually for good old Mikey Cash here, because I got Slammiversary this this weekend, and then I got SummerSlam just 2 weeks later. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be an awful lot of wrestling.
Well, let's talk about SummerSlam first, then we'll get into Slammiversary, and then we'll wrap it up here. All right, SummerSlam. What are we thinking? So, we already have one match planned, right? Isn't it? Was it LA Knight, CM Punk?
No, they already.
That was what they had last night.
That was what they had last night. That was the big gauntlet match.
CM Punk won.
At SummerSlam, it's going to be Punk versus Gunther. So that's
which I think is going to be a great match. Yeah, great match.
And then we already got Cena and Cody pinned in there for it. We got Tiffany versus Jade because Jade won Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
And Naomi is going to fight Rhea and Io in a triple threat. So I think it's those. Oh, and Orton and Jelly Roll versus Wall and Drew McIntyre.
That's right.
I know. Right. Can't wait. And Becky versus Lyra. That after the 2 out of 3 falls match, Lyra became number 1 contender. I feel like Celine Dion right now. Like I couldn't remember, and like it's all coming back to me. So I was just like, oh.
Are we gonna see a Brock Lesnar return?
Maybe. I mean, when I listened to what Paul Heyman said last night when he was describing Braun Breaker and kept calling him the next big thing.
He also said the next big dog too.
Yeah, but that didn't work so well. So I'd rather see the next big thing.
Yeah, you want to see Brock back?
I want to see him for that specifically. Yes. I mean,
I want to see if Brock's going to wrestle again. I want to see him and Braun, and I want to see him and Gunther. Him and Gunther would be a great match.
Yeah, hard hitting for sure. And I think at one point that was in the works, and then
it was.
Allegations come in.
I know. I want to know how he's going to be perceived when he comes back. If he comes back, it'll be interesting. Yeah. I do think he's going to come back, and I'll tell you why. I think the Raw ratings have been not where they wanted them to be. The people watching, and I think they're going to do something. And I think what's the next logical thing is getting a guy like Brock Lesnar back.
Well, he was somebody that they went to for a long time whenever they needed a ratings pop. But I wonder, have you gone to that well too many times, and how will that work?
I bet he still gets people to watch. I'm tuning in if I know Brock Lesnar is going to be on TV.
Well, I know you're tuning in.
All right, so 2 nights of SummerSlam though. That'll be interesting. Well, do you have good seats?
No, I don't. Because if I wanted good seats, I wouldn't be able to pay my mortgage this month.
Gotcha.
So I decided I'd rather keep the house, have some bad seats, but just have a nice experience.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, I think it'll be a good show, and I think we'll learn more in the coming weeks here as to what it's going to look like. But I mean, even the matches you just talked about, I think Punk and Gunther is going to
be fun.
Steal the show. You think that'll be a main event for one of the nights?
If I know Punk, yeah. It's going to
either be a main event
or maybe night 1. Cena
or an
night
opener.
2.
That might be an opener. That sounds like an
Yeah,
opening
yeah.
match to me, man. Like,
I know. I feel like if any match is gonna main event one of the nights, outside of like Cena and Cody, that's like a lock for like night 2. That's the main event. I think maybe Naomi, Rhea, and Io could main event night 1. I could
I
see it just because
I
of
could
how
see it.
good they all have been. Like that, it's a hot story. So I could see it
I could see that too.
actually happening.
I could see that happening. Um, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how
I know.
it all plays out there. Yeah. No, that'll be. I'm excited for it. 2 nights in the summer.
Mhm.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
But and then you're going to Slammiversary this weekend.
that's right. Sunday, July 20th at the UBS Arena in Long Island. So just a hop, skip, and a jump from my hometown of Valley Stream. So I'll be back home to watch a TNA card for the first time ever. I've never been to a TNA show. I know
Yeah, I
that
know. I'm jealous. That sounds like a good
couple
one.
of people have gone to. I think Slammiversary was in Boston like years ago,
Yeah.
and I didn't go to that one, but I felt like I couldn't miss it this time around because I've actually really grown to just like love TNA. I know I've talked about it since we
Yeah.
started this podcast that I've just sort of they've become like
Yeah.
the little wrestling company that could, and I just really enjoy them.
Yeah. No,
So
I'm with you.
I'm looking forward to it. There's a couple matches in particular. I am looking forward to seeing Tessa Blanchard in action. I just think she's a phenomenal wrestler, and with everything that went on, and she's sort of kind of had this kind of redemption and kind of done the work, and she's just back, and she's doing a great job. She's a heel and she's playing it up. I think she's doing some great work, and I'm excited to see her in the ring. And she's gonna be fighting Indy Hartwell. I don't know if you remember her, but she was in NXT for a little while.
I do.
Then Dana Brooke, she's going to be there, part of like that Elegance brand. She's fighting. Remember the Iconics?
Yeah.
So they're in TNA now as the inspiration, and they'll be fighting as well. Uh, there's going to be a big fatal 4-way ladder match. It's going to be the Rascals. I'm just going to call them the Zigglers, but it's like the Nemeth brothers
Yeah.
and the Hardys, and then I forget what is it, but he was remember Swerve's group, Hit Row,
Yeah.
before he left WWE.
Yeah.
Is AJ Francis is the guy that like jumped over and like
Yeah.
messed
The
up the
big
whole
dude. The big
yeah
dude.
yeah
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
top dollar
Top
yeah.
dollar.
So it's gonna be his tag team in there, and I get to
Oh, that'll
see
be-
Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana are fighting in the
yeah,
main
that'll
event.
be a good match.
Yeah, man.
And you'll probably see Santino Marella.
Oh my god, I can't wait for Santino to come out. I'm so excited. I love that guy. Just
Yeah.
he's comedy gold in wrestling.
Yeah, he really is. He's the gold standard of comedy in wrestling. Dude, that
So
sounds like it's going to be a really fun show.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
And it's probably a small arena too.
I mean, they have hockey games there, so it's a pretty decent sized arena, and they just added tickets because there's been such high demand. So it's a good sign for TNA. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think their partnership with WWE has certainly helped, right? Like, I think,
Oh, big time.
yeah, big time.
Well, there's a couple of wrestlers from WWE that are
Oh
going to be
yeah,
on the card. I think JC Jane from the NXT Women's Champion. She's fighting Masha Slamovich. It's a title for title, so she could end up. Someone's going to walk away as double champion at the end of the night. So stay
yeah,
tuned.
no,
It'll be a fun
that'll
time.
be fun. I can't wait for the report back. We'll have to do an episode when you get back.
Yeah, yeah. Remember a couple of months ago when we were like, "Yeah, guys, look out for us. We'll be filming an episode very soon." Soon turned into 2 months, but you know what, guys? Stay tuned because very soon we're gonna give you guys another episode. So by that rate, maybe by September, we'll give you.
Listen, we got busy schedules over here. You know, it's tough during the summer. Winter months are a little bit easier. There's less traveling, less running around. You know, I tend to be more in tune with everything going on. It's hard. You got to have a lot of time to pay attention to all the wrestling that's out there.
Very true. Very true. We're trying our best, but
Yeah, maybe we'll get Sarge back on here.
shout out to Sarge, a recently married Sarge.
That's right. Maybe we'll get him back out here on the podcast.
Okay. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Any other thoughts, Vito, before we say goodbye?
I got nothing. You know, I am intrigued. I will actually one thing. I am intrigued by the new Netflix documentary coming out here at the end of the month, the behind the scenes one. I'm curious to see how that's going to. I know we talked about it before, but someone brought up a good point where it's like, I don't know how excited you want to be for this, because do you like it when magicians reveal their tricks? It kind of ruins the surprise. But for me, I always Google how that trick is done because I'm very curious to see how it's done. So I personally don't think it's going to ruin anything. I like to hear how the behind the scenes stuff works. I'm actually more intrigued with that than anything. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think it's called Unreal or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But it's supposed to be narrated by Triple H, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think I know you and I have talked about it. I don't think it's going to reveal as much as people think it's going to.
Yeah, me neither.
Because if it's something that they've already agreed to put on, I'm just gonna agreed to put on TV, there's no way they're gonna give you complete behind the scenes look of how the sausage is made. I think you're
Yeah.
gonna see what they want you to see and how they want you to see it, because the image is gonna be very important to them. So I don't expect it to really like break any new ground that we don't already know.
Right. I agree.
But anyway, guys, we're so glad that we were able to be here with you. Thank you for listening. We hope you like it. We hope you subscribe, chat with us. Let us know what your thoughts are on everything that's going on. Where do you think the build to SummerSlam is going? And yeah, we look forward to it and really excited to be back with you guys later. All right. Have a good rest of your summer and keep on strutting, jabronis.